Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I just want to do a brief video about the coronavirus. Um, Originally I was going to do a video about the virus itself, talking about its scientific components, its infection rate, where it came from, and all that stuff. But I've decided not to do that because it's not really my area of interest or expertise, and there already is a multitude of videos on that topic. So they'd obviously be a lot more informed than what I would be when it comes to that. But what I would like to talk about is essentially the issue of our mentality towards it. Um, I think that, or one thing that I've noticed is, um, and I put myself in this group, is that a lot of people have been really, really shocked and surprised by what's happened. And of course, that's normal. But I think, particularly in kind of Western industrialized countries, it's indicative of something slightly bigger in that I think that because things function so perfectly in our society, or maybe I shouldn't say perfectly because, nothing is perfect, but things in general function well. We don't have to worry too much about the lights going off all the time, the water not coming out of the tap, the car usually works, the buses usually run on time, the trains usually work, etc., etc. And because of that, I think that um, we've nearly become we've obviously become accustomed to it, and any disruption to that causes us to become very, very concerned. And I do think that's normal, and I'm not here really to blame anybody for developing in that way. But I do think that we should maybe look at trying to encompass a mentality that appreciates how things can go wrong at any time. And I think part of the way towards achieving that is to, for a start, be more grateful for the um, blessings and the advantages that we have living in Western societies, and understanding that that's actually the exception and not the norm when we look at the world today and we look at world history. Um, and I think that if we begin to act in a way that reflects that, um, I think we'll be more prepared to deal with any drawbacks that could potentially happen in society. We could be more prepared for potential disasters or potential diseases again if they spring up. And I think that's because we've planned for things going wrong. We've made a contingency plan for, say, for example, when there's no bus network or there's no train network or there's disruption to our supply chain or whatever. Um, understand that that may not be the most specific of advice, but I think that it's all encompassed in maybe changing our mentality a little to try and reflect that fact that I believe exists. Um, Secondly, on a more governmental wide level, I think that um, the approach maybe that some governments should take is moving away from a heavy reliance on imports that come from a global supply chain that's very, very intricate and delicate and um, essentially operates on a just-on-time basis. Because essentially that kind of supply chain leaves no room for error, it leaves no room for um, disruptions. And the more we can become self-sufficient, um, the more we don't have to worry about that. And I'm not necessarily endorsing stockpiling, but if we can potentially look in instead of looking out a bit more, I think that we can kind of mitigate some of the issues that we're seeing starting to arise now. But yeah, that's everything I have to say today on that issue. And I hope to see you again soon for the next video.